wow, that just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be at all. So the Netflix original film, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, from Joel and Ethan Coen, stars Tim Blake Nelson, James Franco, Stephen Root, Liam Neeson, Zoe Kazan, and a whole bunch of other people. And it is just a star-studded cast. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a Western musical directed by the Coen Brothers. I'm totally in. It's not what I thought it was going to be, though. It's an anthology of stories, not just a single story that is a musical that stars Tim Blake Nelson and has all these other co-stars. No. It's 6 individual segments that don't really tie into each other. They're just telling tales of the Old West. Now, like most of the Coen Brother films, this one has a dark side to it. Each of the stories, while sometimes some ups and some happy feelings, really has an underlying gist of this menace to it, or this dark side. And that is not to say that it is bad by any means. We have the 6 anthology stories, and I loved some of them, and some of them are just kind of like, it's okay, or I'm a little bored with them. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, the one that opens the movie, is the one that stars Tim Blake Nelson, and he is Buster Scruggs. And I love the fact that he talks to the audience. He breaks the fourth wall right at the beginning, and I thought, oh wow, this is setting it up. This is how the whole film is going to be. Now, each one has a totally different feel to it. There's one with James Franco and Stephen Root, and that is fun too. It's really enjoyable, and they're all bite-sized, even though they're not set up as episodes. It is one film. Now, the film is over 2 hours long, so when you hit some of these stories that drag a little bit, you really begin to feel the time, and there's no real break to it other than you having to pause. It's really a different strategy for Netflix to have. Instead of breaking it up into 6 into 6 episodes, they keep it as one solid movie. And it works, but I wonder if maybe that's in order to keep everybody watching the entire thing versus skipping certain episodes, or if you hear, well, this one episode, it wasn't that great. Okay, well, it's standalone, I don't need to watch that one. Well, no, this one I watch all the way through. And I said that they have some dark sides to them, and there is one that stars Liam Neeson. And this one is probably the darkest of them all. And there's not a lot of speaking, if at all. I mean, well, by Liam Neeson's character. He barely speaks in this episode. And the story content is just dark and depressing. And the outcome is even worse. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But it is a great one. And it's probably my 3rd favorite out of all of them that happen in this anthology. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs has some hits and misses within it. It did feel a little long to me. And so I wish that maybe they would have chopped it up into episodes so that I could have just binge watched either all of them or gone through 4 of them and then felt, okay, you know what, I can stop here, I'll pick it up tomorrow and good to go. Not feeling like, well, maybe because it's one solid movie, there's going to be a tie-in at the end that I'm missing. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see the film in its completion. Just like all of the Coen Brothers movies, this is not for everybody. If you're a Coen Brothers fan, you'll probably enjoy most of it, if not all of it. If you're not a Coen Brothers fan, this is probably not the first foray you should go into, because while it shares some similarities with their other films, this is not a true representation of their breadth and their catalog. There's no sex or nudity. There is a lot of violence, and there might be a little bit of profanity in there, but not a whole lot. Overall, I really enjoyed The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, even though it did drag on a little bit. I give it 3.5 out of 5 couches. What is your favorite Coen Brothers movie? I'd love to know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.